Just because you came from a low-income family, that does not mean that you cannot be successful, and does not mean that you can't be the best version of yourself and you cannot hit that high frequency of yourself, because literally you can do anything you put your mind up to. That you might have to work harder, but you can do anything you put your mind up to. So my power queens, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about your future isn't limited because of where you grew up from. And this one is such a big one because so many people think that just because they did not grow up in a high wealthy family income, then that means that, oh, they don't have a chance at becoming successful in life. Where you started is not the only way that you become successful, because your life is still promised. If you really want to be that successful person in life, then you have to be willing to take risks and willing to do stuff that is uncomfortable. So you got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Every expert was a beginner. A lot of billionaires right now literally came from a low-income family. They came from a low-income family, and they decided that I would not live this life again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go work my butt off to live the life that I deserve. So don't think that just because, oh, you don't have people in your circle that, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it because people around me, they can't do it. Don't think that. Just because the people around you can't do it, that does not mean you can't do it. Because you are different. Everybody else is different. So don't compare yourself to people and be like, oh, well, this person did this person did that. Like I said, a lot of experts did not come from a wealthy family. A lot of people that are billionaires and millionaires right now, they came from a low-income family, and they decided that today is going to be the day, and they got up and they decided to take risks, and they decided to do stuff that made them uncomfortable but got them where they want to be at. And that's what you have to do. Just because the people around me are not successful, that does not mean I cannot be successful. So that's the mindset and that's the mentality that you have to have when wanting to be a successful person. Because a successful person do not allow people around them to influence their beliefs on if they could be successful or not. Do not allow other people around you to unbelieve in yourself. Do not allow the people that you hang around to make you feel as if you're unworthy and you can't be the person you want to be. It's so many people nowadays would be like, okay, well, I'm not successful, so why do you think you're going to be successful? We grew up in the same house and we grew up in the same neighborhood. That's what people would say. People would literally be like, well, we grew up in the same neighborhood, so you're not going to be successful. You can't be successful because we grew up in the same neighborhood. No, babes. You and me have different mentalities. So you think that, oh yeah, the people around you, if they're not successful, then you can't be successful. But I think that just because y'all not successful doesn't mean I can't be successful. I can do whatever I want to do in this life. I want to be an astronaut, I can be an astronaut. Do not allow people around you to tell you what you could be and what you can't be. They're not willing to chase after their dreams, but you're willing to do anything to get to your dream. You're willing to work as hard as you can work to get to your dreams, and that's the difference between you and them. That's the difference. You're around people that make you feel as if that you can't believe in yourself, because then they gonna think that, oh yeah, you think you're better than everybody. Then you have to stop hanging around people like that, because people will literally be like, I think you're better than everybody. No, babe, it's not that I think I'm better than everybody. It's that you think I'm better than everybody. You know for a fact that I can be a successful person, but you don't want to say that. You see my potential, but you don't want to say you see my potential because you don't even see your own. You don't even become successful. So that's why you don't want me to become successful. So if you have any friends or anybody in your life that make you feel as if you're not worthy of nothing and you shouldn't be successful, you can't be successful, then you need to, if you can, stop hanging around with people if you can. But if you don't have a choice but to put up with people like that, I would say just speak to them when you speak to them, and just mind your business and don't care what they say. Just mind. Anytime they try to put you down, just don't care for it, because it's useless. Not give your energy to useless things and useless people. Make your sad story into a story where you become successful for it. You have to have motivation for something. That's why a lot of billionaires, they came from a low-income family and they're successful right now, because they had a reason why they wanted to do this, and their reason was because they did not want to live this life again. And I would do anything not to live that life again. I don't want to struggle. I would never put myself in that position ever again. That's their reason. That's got to be your reason. You can have many different reasons. Your inner child would do anything to live a beautiful, fulfilling life. That's what you go after, because anything that you go after, you will always get it. Anything that you go after, you will always get, no matter what. If you're willing to put in the consistency and you're willing to have discipline and you're willing to put in the action, you will get that. You don't even have to second guess. You will get what you want if you're willing to go after what you want to get. Not settle for less and settle for what you came for. Do not settle for nothing that you didn't come for. If you don't have motivation for anything, then make that your motivation. If you don't want to live this life again, you better get to work. Being successful is not going to get handed to you. A lot of times it get handed to a lot of people, but it's not going to get handed to you. You can't worry about a lot of people. You got to worry about yourself. So this is your time to get up and start right now and do anything you want to do and put your mind to, because nobody can stop you. Nobody can get in the way of your dreams. Mindset actually really matters a lot. You think about so many negative things, then that can get in the way of you becoming successful. You have to sit down. You have to rewire your mindset to start thinking about the positive things and the good things in your life. Even if it's not that many good things in your life, start writing down the things that you do want to happen in your life. You got to start within. You got to start with fixing within. Think of like this. Once you start drinking so much Coke, you will feel down, you'll feel tired, you'll feel dizzy, you'll feel lazy. But when you start drinking more water, you'll feel fulfilling, you'll feel happy, you'll feel energized. So pick stuff that's going to make you feel like that. Stop picking stuff that's going to make you feel bad for yourself and make you feel worse than you already feel. Pick stuff that's going to make you feel better than how you already feel. Cut people off that do not bring value into your life. If you have people in your life that bring no value and the only thing they bring is negative energy, then cut them off. If you bring negative energy, you need to sit down and meditate and journal so you can start bringing out the positive in yourself and being more positive and stop thinking so much about the negative thoughts. Because when you think so much about negative things, you only see that in your life. But when you think so much about positive things happening in your life, you will see all positive things. So you have to rewire your brain to focus more on the positive things, because if you want to be a successful person, you want to be a successful inside and outside, then you need to work on your mindset and work on feeling yourself within and not just without. Focus on the things that you can control. So many of us focus on things that it's not in our control. For example, I can say, if you're having a birthday, you already planned out everything. You don't know if that's going to go exactly the way you planned. You don't know that. But you do know that you want to show up good energy, good vibes. So that what's in your control is showing up and having good vibes and good energy. But what's not in your control is what's going to happen that day. That's not in your control. So you cannot stress over things that's not in your control, because you genuinely cannot control stuff like that. I saw this on Pinterest a lot, where people will write down what's in their control and what's not in their control. So they would have a bubble and they would be like, what's in my control? And on the outside, they'd be like, what's not in my control? So write down stuff like that. If you do need more examples, I'll say go on Pinterest and type up what's in your control and what's not in your control, so you don't stress. Because once you do that, you don't stress that much, because not a lot of stuff on this earth is in our control. It's not. Only a few things on this earth that is in our control, and that's mainly how our mindset is and how we act and how we treat others. That's in your control. And what you do on a daily basis, your habits and the habits that you bring on, the habit that you bring off. I tend to, keep putting energy into the bad habits, which I'm working on. This is what I'm going to do. Write down good habits and bad habits and do all the good habits and try to break all the bad habits. It's one step, because once you take one step day by day, then those steps are going to multiply. So take one small step today and take one small step tomorrow, and just keep taking small steps. Steps are sooner or later going to get really, really big. Okay, y'all? So I love y'all so much. I hope y'all took some good advice from this video. Because you came from a low-income family, that does not mean that you cannot be successful, and does not mean that you can't be the best version of yourself, and you cannot hit that high frequency of yourself, because literally you can do anything you put your mind up to. That you might have to work harder, but you can do anything you put your mind up to. I love y'all so much, my power queens and kings, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video.
Have you ever been in love?
Abso-fucking-lutely.